She slapped him in jail. He went to jail. Yes, he did. Oh, Rex, you think I'm lying? I wouldn't say it on the radio if it wasn't true. There's so many children out there listening who are going to tell their history teacher tomorrow, no, I heard it on the radio. The guy on the radio. The guy that's hardly ever wrong. No, Queen Isabella tossed Columbus in jail. But that's farther down the road. At this point, it's irrelevant. We'll get to Queen Isabella slapping Columbus in jail, which she did. But let's get to the facts here. Columbus was shopping his sailor abilities, his sailing abilities, his discovery abilities all over Europe, and he was turned down by everyone until he, I don't know what he did, slept with Queen Isabella. met her in a bar on a Saturday night at 3 a.m. Hi, Queenie. Huh? Little Rich says I'm wrong. Little Rich says I'm lying. About which part am I lying about? About the Isabella part. Queen of Mexico part, or the throw in Columbus in jail part? No, the Mexico. Oh. Liar. Well, she couldn't have been Queen of Mexico because we didn't discover Mexico, or they didn't discover Mexico. Now, I myself have discovered Mexico. Good old Mexico. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned. Tijuana. It's the only real Mexican city I've been in. Tijuana, man. You ever been to Tijuana? That's where the Tea Party comes from. They originated there in a musty back room. In the Tijuanan brothel. All right, there's no brothels in Tijuana, but that's where the Tea Party comes from. You with me so far? You verifying this? The Tea Party started in Mexico, in Tijuana, 4 or 5 years ago. They were all down there for a holiday. Now, where was I? Okay. Isabella, the Queen of Mexico. She threw, actually, I know she was the Queen of Spain. I'm just kidding. And I'm sure you know that. I know there's, well, you know what? I shouldn't say that because there's got to be a great number of people out there, McMafia type, saying, see, preacher, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He thinks Isabella was the Queen of Mexico. First he said her name was Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth. So anyway, here's what I know about Christopher Columbus. He couldn't get a commission. Nobody would send him out there because they just didn't. Nobody trusted the guy. He was a philanderer. He was absent-minded. He was dyslexic. He was left-handed too. Yeah. But then he runs into Isabella and he says, "Hey, Bella baby, you know would it kill you? You know me, Italian. I got the spicy meatball for you here. If I could just get a couple of boats, I think I can find a western route. I don't even know. Don't ask me. But what Columbus was actually looking for, what he had promised the Queenie, was a western route to Shanghai, to China. See, back in those days, around 1492, in those days, those over the road hauls from Spain or Portugal or France to China, those overland trips, they were brutal. You know, the bumping and the flying around and the saddle sores and all that stuff. Yeah, it was just awful, man. It was just awful. It was gruesome. No one wanted to make those trips. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure at that time if they knew they could get from Spain to China by walking. Otherwise, you know, she could have said, start walking, and you know, send me a telegraph or something, a telex when you get there. You know, we'll send a cab for you to come back. But they wanted those spices. They wanted that rhino horn. You know what I'm saying? There was this stuff that they couldn't get in Spain. And Columbus promised the western route that he said, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I ain't got it. And instead of finding the western route to China, he ends up in the West Indies. In fact, he ends up in Haiti. That's where we get the word hate. Hate. From Haiti. The original haters. How come they don't call them haters? I'll never understand that. The original tribe of Haiti. Oh, yeah, the haters. I remember those guys. They're just walking around pissed off all day long. I hate them. I can't stand them. I hate them. Do you hate them more than me? Oh, yeah, I hate them a lot more than you. Nobody hates them more than me. 'Cause I'm a hater. Imagine he thought he was in China, and he pulls up into Haiti. Looking for an egg roll and little kimchi. I'm just saying. Columbus say, oh boy, that's a spicy meatball. Well, you guys have been out in the sun for a long time. Since Ponce de Leon's been around. You know, he was talking silk gowns and, you know, sauna and whirlpools and whatnot.
Ooh, that's not Chinese.
Definitely not. He found the original Preacher Haters Club waiting for him.
99 doubloons.
But they liked him because you know he had a spicy meatball, so the haters weren't really upset. But he thought he was going to China, and we overlooked that. I'm not going to be able to finish my story until we get to the top of the hour at the news. But I'm going to finish it whether you like it or not. You know who his chef was on the boat, don't you? When he went over, it was Chef Boyardee. He was the original guy. I'm not saying that as a joke. The original guy down in the whatever they call it on a boat. What do they call it?
The brig?
Not the brig. The food court. What do they call the food court on the? No, not the pooper, not the crapper. What do they call the kitchen? The galley.
No, the mess hall.
The galley, not the mess hall. That's in the Army. It's the galley, right? Yeah, the original galley guy, galley head. That was Chef Boyer Girl, that dude. He was the original. One thing I did say is true, and it's the most wild part that probably all the preacher haters out there are thinking that I'm lying about that too. I'm pretty sure Columbus was looking for China when he set sail into the ocean blue in 1492. He was not on his way to the Virgin Islands, if you know what I mean, man. I mean, he wasn't looking for Cuba. He was looking for China. He's looking for a westward what do you call it? No, shut up. He was looking for a western, how about route? Can we use route? He was looking for a western route to China to get those spices and the hot Chinese babes to bring them back, you know. Because they work like bull. And that's true. I'm pretty sure that's true anyway. I think it's true, so it must be. But I was exaggerating, and I was doing it knowingly, because the whole story of Columbus discovering America in 1492 is not, none of it's true. It's not true. We celebrate Columbus Day because Christopher Columbus got the credit for discovering North America. But it's not true. One, there were plenty of people living here long before Columbus got here. Two, I don't think he ever even made it to the shores of real North America, just the islands. Haiti for a while, and you got, you know, whatever you got there. Got that. Never mind. They put the voodoo on his rear end. That's what happened. They put the voodoo on him. He went on the voyage a regular sized guy, and he came back with a head the size of an orange. Got the voodoo, man. Hey, what happened to you? I don't know, man. They gave me something. They slipped me a Mickey over there.